The Indians have no such ideas or methods of speech as they pretend to have copied from a faithful interpretation on the spot. However, they have religiously supported those monkish dreams, and which are the chief basis of their Mexican and Peruvian treaties.
Right, which I'm sorry, and pretty much, and that's the same thing they did with Judah. Every time Esau talks about the other tribes in Judah, he makes them seem like they was walking around with a fucking bone in their nose.
Yep.
Right.
You know? He tries to make them seem like the low, because that's what he is really.
Yeah.
You know? But now, with this brother's going into all these, he said there's so much facts, you can't dispute that they were civilized and they knew who they were. And they were observing the customs, because they knew that they were the tribes. You know?
And if the spirit allows, I'm going to get to it too. Because there's so much in here, there's something else I want to bring out of another book. Now it says, let me see. Let me just try to skip through. It says, so much might have been collected from them by signs and other expressive indications, for we are well assured that the remote, uncorrupted part of the Mexicans still retain the same notions as our northern Indians with regard to their arriving at and settling in their respective countries, living under a theocratic government and having the divine war ark as a most sacred seal of success to the beloved people against their treacherous enemies. Didn't Israel take the Ark of the Covenant and walk around the walls of Jericho 7 times, and they blew the trumpet, and then the walls fell and they took the city? They carried the Ark of the Covenant before them. And he said, just like the Native American Indians. So the Mexicans had their own Ark of the Covenant, and Gad had their own version of the Ark of the Covenant. The war Ark, and they carried it during times of war. When they went to war, that's when they carried the Ark with them.
Hey, you know what that scripture is where they was holding up Moses' hand?
Let me see. There's just like so much, man. There's like so much, like this brother said, man. We can be here reading for fucking 10 hours, man. But we don't got 10 hours.
Right.
Let me see if I can cut to the chase on some of this.
Yeah, because, you know, like the Ark of the Covenant would be brought out, then you would have the priests that would set prayers up over, you know, over Israel to the Most High, you know, so that they could be successful in the battles, you know. So there's a whole, pretty much the majority of the customs that the people that were here, the natives of the so-called Americas, were doing is the same exact thing that was being done in Israel. Why? Man. Because they're Israelites.
Yep.
You found something?
Yeah, I got something else. Right, it says, let me see, I'm gonna jump down. It says the South and North American Indians are twin-born brothers, though the Spanish clergy, by their dark but fruitful inventions, which is their lies. Their dark and fruitful inventions is their lies about the North American Indians and the South American Indians. It says, have set them as a prodigious variance. Now, another scholar named Acosta tells us that the Peruvians held a very extraordinary feast called Yitu. And I'm gonna skip down. This is another strong picture of the rights of the Indian North Americans during the time of their great festival to atone for sin, and with a little amendment would exhibit a surprising analogy of sundry essential rights and customs of the Northern and South American Indians, which equally glance at the Mosaic system. Boom. And there's more. And there's more. If we can get that there. I know you brothers got some scriptures.
No, break it down. Good.
Get down.
And that's telling you about a custom that the Peruvian Indians had, which was, and he's telling you that it's likened to the customs that the North American Indians had as well, and the customs that they both practiced resembled that of the Mosaic system. So, I mean, how much more proof do you fucking monkeys out there need, man? How much more proof do you need? You know what? We can read till we go blue in the face. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Now, everything the brother's been reading through his spirit is showing you more and more that the natives that came to this side of the world are Israelites.
Yep.
I don't see him read nothing in this book saying that they have anything in relations with fucking Chinese.
That's right.
Or Mongolians.
That's right.
Or Japanese or any Asians. Alright? So that cuts that bullshit about they walked across the fucking Bering Strait.
Yes.
If that's so true, Why don't you crack this, take your pale ass and walk across the Bering Strait right now and see if you reach the other side. Bunch of goddamn liars, man. But you know what? Your lies are being drowned right now. Like it's written in Revelation, the 12th chapter. How the earth is swallowing up all your lies. And this is a part of the earth, the archaeology, the proof, the history, you know, the documents. Swallowing up all your lies.
Yep. I got something real quick. This is Psalms 58 and 3. It said, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
Yep. That's what they do.
That's right.
To the devil.
They can't help it. They just created to be the wicked. It says, their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. So bottom line, you so-called white people, that's all you do. You Edomites. All you do is fucking lie. You know? And what you do is you lie about a certain people. You put that propaganda out there so that the majority of people believe it, because the majority of people are stupid. Anything they hear, they'll just believe. You know, and you'll tell them that these people are savages, and when you talk to these people, what do? They just repeat something that they heard. Exactly. Without having no facts or no clues. Why? Because you lied.
And you know what? Most of the people during the Dark Ages, and even after that time during the Renaissance, even still to this fucking day, during those times when a lot of these things were being documented and people were writing them, and the clergy were going back, you know, saying this and saying that, a lot of the fucking people back then relied on the priests and the different monks, because the majority of the people back then were fucking illiterate and weren't able to go and research it for themselves. Right. Now today, you Jakes out there, Negroes, West Indians, and Puerto Ricans, you're literate, but you're motherfucking illiterate in the spirit. Right. Because you can't go and search these things out. A lot of the information we got is as plain as day in the fucking library. And you never come across none of this information.
Yeah, because the Lord got to guide. The Lord got to guide you. You know, if Yahweh Shem Yahushua doesn't guide you, you're not gonna find the truth. Exactly. You're gonna get into all kind of stuff. Even people in the churches. Yep. You know, they got the Bible, but when they pick up the Bible is a stumbling block unto them, because they're not getting they don't have their spiritual mind to go into these scriptures to have the understanding. Because the Most High didn't give it to them.
Yahushua is not connected with them.
Right, and Yahushua is not connected with you because number one, you don't know his name. Number two, you don't know what he looks like. You have a picture of a fucking white man, you know, the majority of you have a picture of a so-called white man in your house, you know? And you believe to this day that Jesus, that so-called Jesus, had blonde hair and blue eyes. And you reverence that damn picture. Even to this day, in 2012.
I got one for you.
Yeah, go ahead, bring it out.
I'm gonna go to Revelations 12 at 9, and I'm gonna jump to 15. Verse 9, and this is talking about after this devil is destroyed, but the point is in there. Revelations 12 and 9. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent, which is Esau, he's that old serpent, called the devil, which, as we've been telling you, the word devil means deceiver. Yep. Right? And Satan, the adversary, which deceiveth the whole world. That's right. What are we reading right here? We're showing you proof. This is just a little proof of how this devil been deceiving the whole world. All right? Which deceived the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. That's future prophecy. I'm going to jump to the 15th verse. And the serpent, going back to Esau again, cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman. The woman is talking about Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel, from Judah on down to Issachar. Yep. All right. It says that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And you know what? The majority of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans were carried away. Y'all still in that flood. Yeah. A lot of y'all drowning. Some of y'all are floating dead in the damn flood. Yeah. All right.
Yep. Hey, some of y'all have you have certain information that you know, but it goes totally to the left.
That's right.
You know, that you'll get into the Taino and Boricua history, but then you know that's as far as you go. You know, you go into that and that path. You know, you have no idea that before they were called Boricua and Taino, you know, they were being called Israelites, Ephraimites. You know, And some of you others, you all into the Inca heritage and the Mayan heritage, and then but you can't connect it back to Israel, to the Israelites, because it wasn't given to you.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
That's right. And you're victims of that flood.
That's right.
It says, and the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. That's why all you the different tribes, you're all into different religions, different philosophies. This one believe in that one. You're all confused, and you're all like blind bats. Well, I ain't gonna say blind bat. A bat can find its way by hearing.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Has like
I wouldn't even call you that. You're just blind fucking rats. You know, bumping into each other.
Yep.
All right. And the earth helped the woman. Now the woman that was helped by the earth is talking about the 1/3, the elect. The brothers you see here teaching, and the ones of you that's receiving this, and the ones of you brothers out there that's hearing this for the first time and getting into it. This is for you. And the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up. Hey, and that's the spirit. And starting first and foremost with this Bible, and then different documentaries you're coming with, further proving these facts, man. That's the earth swallowing up the flood. All right. It says, and swallow up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth, which is the so-called white race.
Yep.
What was the flood that was cast out of his mouth? Those lies.
The fucking lies.
And they're being destroyed. And that's why when brothers put, now y'all know why when y'all put shows, I'm talking about the brothers that's really in this thing, man. When y'all put shows up on YouTube, 2 seconds, that shit is out of there.
Yep.
Now YouTube is vast.
Yep.
There's so many different, there's eons of shit on YouTube. But for whatever reason, they zap the truth. They zap it quick, boy.
That's right.
Yeah, there's motherfuckers with wet t-shirt contests. I mean, bitches are damn
Brother,
near butt
that's
naked
not
on
even the
YouTube.
surface, man. There's so much stuff in there. Okay. But yet, they in 2 seconds, the shows that the brothers are putting out get canceled, cut out.
Yeah, because they don't want this word going out.
But you know, it's too late because the word has got out.
Yep.
This thing is worldwide through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah.
That's right.
This thing is worldwide, man. So y'all can keep clipping. You ain't clipping. All you do is beating against the wind.
That's right.
Because the Lord said his word does not get out void.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. You got any more on that, brother?
Just I got a little bit.
Yeah, bring that out.
Okay.
And
here
we'll get ready to close up soon because it's starting to get dark.
Yeah.
It says page 229. It's speaking about another lying Spanish fuck named Spanish friar named Geronimo Roman. It says he was the greatest champion of hyperbolical writing. In other words, lying his ass off. He hyping up a fucking lie. Instead of diabolical, he calls it hyperbolical because he just hyped this shit up so much. He says the Indian natives from Florida to Panama had little religion or policy, and yet he affirms a few pages after that they believed in one true, immortal, and invisible God reigning in heaven.
Look at that.
And I can't pronounce this name that he called them, but it's Yoka Hua Nama Arokoti, and is so kind, and is so kind as to allow them images, priests, popes, their high priest being called Papa in that language. It says the origin of images among them is accounted for in dialogue he gives us between a shaking tree and one of the Indian priests. Now I'm gonna skip down. It says, with regard to the long conjectural divine name by which they express the one true God, there is not the least room to doubt that the South Americans had the divine name Yahweh in a great, in as great purity as those of the North.
Right now, wait, hold up, man. And you know what? In the Lord, now in Malachi, the Lord said His name is dreadful among the heathens.
That's right.
So that proved that they wasn't no heathens, man.
That's right.
Give me some proof. Produce me some documents where these Hamite tribes had stones in Hebrew writing, or they knew the name of the Most High was Yahweh. All right, because the Lord said His name is dreadful in the mouth of the heathen.
That's right.
These scholars and explorers, they witnessed that they knew that they had the name of the Most High as Yahweh.
Right. As a matter of fact, I'm saying it the right way, but the way it's here is pronounced Yohewa, which basically that's why when James Cameron did Avatar, the Na'vi was supposed to be the Navajo Indians, and the god that they prayed to was Awa. This says Yohewa. If you take the Yo off, you got Awa.
which is Yahweh.
Yehovah or Yahweh.